Hello and welcome to this special edition on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Smriti Rastogi. Today, in this special report, we will be discussing the Haryana election results, with latest trends pointing towards a hung assembly in the BJP-ruled state. BJP is leading on 40 seats, Congress on 31 seats, while Dushyant Chautala's JJP is leading on 10 seats. The results also showed the many ministers could not make the cut. Over the next half an hour, let us look at the winners and the losers of the election and what was the number track up and some of the political possibilities that the results seem to suggest in the state. And let us now look at some facts and figures that put Haryana elections in a perspective. To begin with, BJP is leading in 40 seats, while the Congress is trailing on 31 seats. The newly formed Jananayak Janata Party is ahead on 10 seats. In terms of vote share, the BJP is comfortably ahead with a vote share of 36.22%. The Congress has a vote share of 28.25%. BSP has a vote share of 3.39%. and INLD 2.22%. And now looking at the trends, region-wise, in North Haryana, out of 37 seats, the BJP is leading in 16 seats. The INC or the Congress is also leading in 16 seats and others 5 seats. In South Haryana, out of 29 seats, the BJP is leading in 15 seats, while the Congress is ahead in 10 seats. Others have a hold over 4 seats. Now in West Haryana, out of the total 24 seats, the BJP is ahead in 8 seats, while the INC is leading in 6 constituencies. Others are ahead in 10 seats. Notably, the JJP is leading in as many as 7 seats here. Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar was leading from Karnal constituency. Khattar, a first-time MLA, is seeking a re-election from Karnal constituency, while former Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda of the Congress has won from his stronghold Garhi Sampla Kiloi in Rohtak district. Haryana Minister Anil Vij, a 5-time legislator from Ambala Cant, has won from his constituency. Independent candidate Sombir has won from Dadri Assembly constituency. BJP's Babita Phogat, champion wrestler, was also contesting from this seat. Now JJP chief Dushyant Chautala is leading from his constituency from Uchana Kalan. Dushyant Chautala's mother Naina Singh Chautala, another known name in the politics of Haryana, has won a JJP seat from Bhadrak constituency. Abhay Singh Chautala from Indian National Lok Dal is leading from Elanabad seat. Gopal Kanda from Haryana Lok Hit Party has won from Sirsa seat. In 2014, the BJP won 47 seats and Congress 15 seats, with 2 Haryana Janhit Congress legislators later merging with it. The INLD had 19 seats and the Bahujan Samaj Party and the Shiromani Akali Dal 1 seat each. There were 5 independents. And after 10 hours of counting for Assembly election results 2019, the Haryana verdict is finally taking shape. As per the latest Election Commission data, the BJP is close to winning 40 seats and Congress is won 31 seats. Dushyant Chautala's JJP is on course to win 10 seats.
Latest trends till 6 p.m. showed that Haryana is headed for a hung assembly, as no party seemed to be in a position to cross the halfway mark in the 90-member Haryana Assembly. The fight for the 90 seats in the Haryana Assembly was between the BJP, Congress and the newly formed Jananayak Janata Party. For the ruling BJP that is looking to retain power under the leadership of Manohar Lal Khattar, the Congress and the newcomer JJP of Dushyant Chautala have come up as the biggest roadblocks. The ruling BJP was on course to win 40 assembly segments, the Congress 31, while newcomer Jananayak Janata Party in 10 constituencies. A hung assembly in the state is a sort of repeat of 2009, when then Chief Minister Bhupendra Singh Hooda failed to reach the majority mark of 45 in the 90-member House and had to seek support of the Bahujan Samaj Party to form the government. The Dushyant Chautala-led JJP split from the Indian National Lok Dal earlier this year after a fierce family feud.
कांग्रेस क्या करती है? कांग्रेस ने मधु कोड़ा को भी मुख्यमंत्री बनाया था, निर्दलीय को, एक आदमी को। तो कांग्रेस तो कहीं भी जा जाएगी। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऐसी बातों में विश्वास नहीं करती। उन्होंने कर्नाटक में क्या किया, लेकिन मैं ये जानता हूँ कि ये जो अपना दुष्यंत चौटाला है वो मजे हुए राजनीतिज्ञ हैं। राजनीति जिसकी लेगेसी लेकर वो चल रहे हैं, चौधरी देवीलाल की, जिन्होंने हमेशा कांग्रेस की खिलाफत पर राजनीति की है, इसलिए वो इनके इस दाने और चारे में नहीं फंसेंगे।
एक बात साफ है कि जनादेश जो है इस सरकार के खिलाफ आया, मौजूदा जो हरियाणा की सरकार है, और जिन पार्टियों को मिला है उन सबको एक होकर एक मजबूत सरकार बनानी चाहिए। और चाहे वो जेजेपी है, चाहे एनएलडी है, चाहे आपकी ये बीएसपी है या आजाद उम्मीदवार है, इन सबको एक होकर एक मजबूत सरकार बनानी चाहिए।
चौटाला पार्टी का एक विधायक बढ़ेगा, विधायक दल की बैठक होगी, उसके बाद निर्णय लिया जाएगा कि आगे का फ्यूचर कोर्स क्या है। कहना किसके साथ जाएंगे, किसके साथ नहीं जाएंगे, ऑपोजिशन में बैठेंगे, ये फैसला दुष्यंत चौटाला का नहीं होगा।
Some of the likely possibilities that emerged on Thursday were that if the BJP fell short of the majority mark by a few seats, it could seek the support of the INLD. The party could even try to strike a deal with the JJP. The Haryana Assembly election results suggest that Dushyant Chautala managed to dent INLD's voter base. Dushyant Chautala formed JJP after splitting from the INLD earlier this year. The 31-year-old Jat leader has convincingly established that he is a force to reckon with in the state. Chautala appears to have gained the confidence of its core voter base, the Jats, in the Haryana Assembly elections 2019. Dushyant Chautala is the great-grandson of former Deputy Prime Minister Chaudhry Devilal and grandson of former Haryana Chief Minister and INLD President Om Prakash Chautala, who is lodged in jail along with his elder son Ajay Chautala.
JJP is a new party. He has just come in the being for the last 1 year only. And Dushyant Chautala has gained a good ground there. And they are getting, I think, 10 seats in Haryana this time. So Dushyant Chautala has emerged a formidable force in Haryana. And I think that the young generation of Chautala family and you can say that the heritage of the Chautala family is going in the hands of Dushyant, not Abhay Chautala or Ajay Chautala.
Apart from an incident in Nuh where workers of BJP and Congress clashed, voting was peaceful across the state, which recorded a decent 65% turnout. The polling percentage was much below the 2014 figure of 76.54%. Bureau Report, Rajya TV.
And with that, we'll slip into a very quick break. More insights on the other side. Stay with us. Welcome back after the break. Haryana BJP President Subhash Barala lost his assembly contest. A few BJP ministers also tasted defeat.
As the BJP took stock of the results in Haryana, the state BJP chief Subhash Barala was trailing by a considerable margin behind over JJP candidate Devinder Singh Babli from the Tohana seat. While Chief Minister Khattar and Haryana Health Minister Anil Vij won from their respective seats, the BJP also had to contend with 7 of its ministers, including Ram Vilas Sharma and Captain Abhimanyu, putting up a poor show. Among the ministers, Finance Minister from Haryana, Captain Abhimanyu lost to JJP candidate Ram Kumar Gautam from the Narnaud constituency in Hisar district. He lost by a margin of 12,029 votes. Kavita Jain was trailing behind Surinder Pawar of the Congress. Manish Grover was also behind Congress's BB Batra from Rohtak. In Rador, Minister Karan Dev Kamboj was behind Bishan Lal of the Congress. BJP's Krishan Lal Pawar was also trailing behind Congress's Balbir Singh from Israna reserve seat. Fighting its maiden assembly elections, the JJP emerged as the key to the formation of the next government.
As far as the anti-incumbency factor is discussed, so I don't think that anti-incumbency factor is working against government as a whole. It could be working against a few ministers, few people of the government. For example, Captain Abhimanyu, who has lost his own ground he was a very strong candidate, but he lost, and there are a few ministers also, even as a lone women minister, the lady minister, she has also lost, I think. She was trailing. So I don't think that as a whole the party, it was an anti-incumbency against the government, it was an anti-incumbency against a particular minister.
Another BJP candidate, TikTok star Sonali Phogat, lost to Congress leader Kuldeep Bishnoi from the Adhampur Assembly constituency in Haryana's Hisar district. For the Congress, party spokesperson Randeep Singh Surjewala conceded defeat from Kaithal. He lost from the constituency to BJP's Leela Ram by around 530 votes. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Most of the exit polls were proved wrong when the Haryana trends began to be revealed. While the BJP fell short of the majority mark by a few seats, the party did manage to make some gains, even as it fell short by its own standards in some areas.
In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the Bharatiya Janata Party won all 10 seats in Haryana. Till the votes were counted in the assembly elections on Thursday, pollsters had expected a similar performance by the party. This, however, did not happen. Seen in terms of vote share, the BJP had a 58% vote share in the state in the 2019 Lok Sabha polls. This came down to just over 36% in the state assembly elections. Compared to the 2019 Lok Sabha, the party lost a massive 20 percentage points. But compared to the 2014 state elections in Haryana, when the BJP won just around 34% of the votes, the party actually gained 2 to 3 percentage points in terms of vote share. Compared to the 2014 assembly results, the Congress increased its vote share by around 9 percentage points to 29%. In 2014, the Congress won just around 20% of the votes. The Indian National Lok Dal, on the other hand, won 24.1% of the votes. In conclusion, the state elections in 2019 seem to have seen a better consolidation of anti-BJP votes in Haryana, which led to a decline in its assembly tally, even though it has increased its vote share. The consolidation of opposition votes in Haryana also suggests that the Jat vote might have consolidated behind the Congress in a much bigger way than in the 2014 Lok Sabha and Assembly elections and the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's all we have for you in this special edition. Thank you for watching.